Let's take a look at Arceus EX. Its ability is called Fabled Luster, which causes it to not be affected by any special conditions. I'm assuming those that would poison it or something. That is what it would apply to. And its attack is called Ultimate Force, which requires 3 energy of any kind, because it's God, any energy would do. It does base 70 damage and would cap off to 130 if you have 3 additional benched Pokemon, like in your spots. Alright? It's pretty straightforward, and it's mostly used as a late game sweeper. You set it up, and then you sweep in the late game. I already have the 2 Arceuses. And you may ask, how do you get this going, right? The main way that this is done will be shown shortly. So what we want is Dialga EX. Let me just search for it real quick. Oops, Dialga. Metal. Here, I have 2 of them. Thank you so much to Goda for training me this Dialga. Let's take a look at Dialga real quick. This attack called Metallic Turbo, once we're able to do it, it would give Pokemon on our bench 2 energy, 2 metallic energy. Remember, Arceus would work with any energy because it's a colorless card or a normal type. So if we're able to pull off 1 Metallic Turbo, we can assign 2 energy to Arceus, and on the next turn we can switch it, add 1 more energy, and get the damage going. And that is it. So you set it up with Dialga, and then you switch Arceus and start being aggressive. If you're able to set it up in the early game, you should be able to remove, or if not remove, the threats. Just set your opponent back. Like it's gonna make it real hard for them to get back into the game once you're able to get Metallic Turbo going. So that's how it is. So Dialga. Another thing we want is longevity for this deck. So aside from Dialga, we also need Shaymin, the Land Forme. Oops, I keep forgetting that I have to reassign the energy. I have this one. The Sky Shaymin is also good for retreat costs, but we have Leaf, so I would rather use that. 2 Shaymin, so we could restore like 20 HP per turn if we get lucky with the draws. So this is pretty much all the Pokemon that we need, and we could use the 12 remaining, sorry, not 12, 14 remaining slots for some tools and support cards. This is actually my favorite part of building a deck, the support, because the Pokemon are straightforward, right? You just have to figure out what you want to use, including what Pokemon you would need to enable them. But the fun part for me in building a deck is like getting to choose like what tools and supporters and items would I want. That's when I really enjoy. So first of all, we want to optimize our draws as much as possible. We have the Pokeball, of course, that's mandatory pretty much. We also have the Professor, and then a new card was the Pokemon Communication. So there, Ball, Communication, and Professor Oak would maximize like our draw luck. And then we also want Leaf, so we could switch in and out freely. And then for the Pokemon tools, we want the Rocky Helmet, because 130 damage is nice, but we do have Pokemon like Palkia, who has like 150 HP. Chipping them off to punish them when they attack is a good option to have, especially if it puts them within range of KO. And then we also have the Giant Cape for additional longevity, aside from the recovery that Shaymin would provide us. And finally, I am inclined to use Cyrus because we have the Rocky Helmet. However, what I'm actually going to do is to select Dawn. I only need 1, just in case we find ourselves in a situation where we could launch an attack, but we just need 1 energy. We want to be able to use that opportunity to attack, right? And then finally, I want Adamant. He would protect our Dialga, which is very important. It's what would enable our Arceus, remember? We want to protect Dialga as much as possible so Arceus can be enabled, whether in the early or late game. So Adamant would provide us that safety net. And that is our deck. It doesn't really matter, like, the energy, but I highly suggest you remove the grass here from Shaymin and just restrict it to metal energy so Dialga can, like, operate without any hindrances. There you go. Alright, let's take Arceus to battle. Searching for an opponent, we have KLGDM. Good luck and have fun. Now, our best possible draw in the early game is Dialga. We want Dialga right away so we could put it in the active spot. And we are going first. Okay, cool. Will we get Dialga? We will. Alright, and Arceus is also drawn. This is actually one of the best hands you can draw for this deck, especially at turn 0. So we have Dialga on the active, Arceus on the bench, Shaymin to heal us, and we also have Rocky Helmet and the Professor. Perfect! One of the most perfect hands I've ever drawn, if not the perfect hand. I would want to get another Shaymin or maybe another EX, if possible, for my next hand. That would be perfect. Dawn is also good here. I'll do the Rocky Helmet, just to punish the Palkia for attacking. And then the Giant Kick for Arceus. Yes. Alright, I'm good to go. Awesome. A Misty card and 4 energy is scary. But seeing as the opponent's already drawn the Professor, Misty is rather impossible for this turn at least. The beauty about Shaymin is that if I get 2 of them, I could deal 20 damage per turn. I want to do the Pokeball right away just to increase the chances of me getting draws when I use the Professor card. Speaking of 2 Shaymins, yes. Let me restore 2 times. There we go. I'll put 1 metallic energy here. Draw the Professor. Another Arceus. Rocky Helmet would be good for the Shaymin, I guess. Yeah. I'll use it on one of the Shaymins in case the opponent tries to pull a Sabrina on me. This is also a scary card. Manaphy. Once I do Metallic Turbo on the next turn, I do want to get Leaf. Or perhaps Dawn, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Depending on my draws, I would want to keep Arceus like right away to be aggressive. Because I frankly only need 1 Metallic Turbo for Arceus, and then it should be good to go, like to be aggressive. Okay, let me just restore some HP a bit more. Metallic Turbo. There you go. And because of the Rocky Helmet chip, it's within range. You know, one of the other cards that I could see being useful for this deck is Cyrus, since I have the Rocky Helmet. Cyrus is always good for a Rocky Helmet user. Metallic Turbo. There you go. If Palkia tries to attack, I can eliminate it with Arceus the following turn. If it tries to attack Dialga. You conceded, right? Awesome! Now do you see why this deck got me 5 wins in a row? Awesome! Alright, and that is it. Thank you so much to our channel members for all that they do. Let me know if there's another Pokemon that you want me to feature next, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!